Oruga.
You are live. That is exciting. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got. How you doing, Kahaya?
Doing great.
It's great to see you. Still cold as hell outside, but, we manage. The Crocs was a good pick, though. I will say that.
The Crocs were a terrible decision.
Yeah, well, I had flip-flops on and no socks, so going outside at a 30-degree weather wasn't wise. But it was just to let you inside, so,
Are we live? We are live.
Yeah. Why are you going to start working out with me? I went to the gym today,
I'm a weak guy.
I think it'll be cool. Hail Tesla.
It's wild.
Sorry.
Are you ready to dive into it? We got to get into it.
Yeah, okay, what are we doing?
RFK. Not RFK, JFK.
Well,
the files, they're out. Was it aliens?
RFK is also part of the files. So
He's in there?
Yeah, so
What
here,
the
I'll show you.
heck?
So the first clip we're going to watch, guys, is Trump signing an executive order to declassify JFK, RFK, and MLK. Talk about the acronyms.
MLK too?
MLK too, yeah.
That's crazy.
Ain't that fucking crazy?
That's nuts.
I've heard a lot of conspiracies about MLK's assassination, but I didn't think that it would be wrapped up with JFK. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of thought, like, MLK's assassination was, like, some crazy racist in Tennessee, right? Like, that's kind of... Because he died in Tennessee, didn't he?
I don't know where he died, but I know he got assassinated. I know his house was bugged up to the T.
Yeah, MLK. Assassination location. Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah.
Man.
And so, I never really heard many conspiracies about MLK, but the fact that it's all wrapped together is really interesting. And so I saw this 2 hours ago, and I subscribed it to C-SPAN, and so I was like pretty excited to see this. And also, I want to state this: I watched Trump and the Joe Rogan episode.
Right.
Okay, and Joe Rogan asked, "Will you release the files for JFK?" And Trump said no.
Ooh.
Hard no. And so the fact that he's doing this now makes me curious.
Why?
To why? Yeah, why did Trump change his opinion on it? And maybe he just didn't research his thoughts on this. Maybe he didn't really have many thoughts on the declassification of what?
Was this before or after he was shot? When he went on the Joe Rogan show?
After.
After he got shot?
After he got shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say maybe that was a big thing.
Maybe.
Because he'd probably be maybe the next president.
Yeah. Right.
And when I died, maybe they'll be nice enough to release the reason why I passed away, so my family's not fucked up in the head about what happened.
Right. That's a really fair statement, and I like you connecting those dots, but I never heard of anything. Well, Trump got on the Joe Rogan podcast after his assassination attempt, the 2 assassination attempts,
Damn.
So here we go, folks.
To the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades.
And so I don't think the files are out just yet, but
Dang, I was ready to dive in.
I know.
Everything will be revealed.
Everything will be revealed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Obi-Wan Kenobi looking at
That's here. RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Oh, and he told to give the pen to RFK. That's kind of cool.
Man.
Junior. Yeah. So I think this is pretty cool. I'm really curious how things will transpire from this. That's for sure. I mean, I've always been told about the what is it? Not the mystery bullet, but the ghost bullet. There's a lot of theories to explain how JFK, John F. Kennedy, died. Okay, the grassy knoll, and he got shot, but then the bullet rattled off around in his body, but there's just a lot of like with the original narrative,
Right.
That this like Russian this Russian guy acted alone, and that he was the only person who shot
Right.
John F. Kennedy. And like, so there was just like a lot of like explanations to try to make that original narrative true. And
Right.
so they like, people write fucking books on explaining the original narrative that the
Right.
government came out with. And just, I'm really fucking curious. What is the true narrative,
Right. Was
Like,
it Russia? Was it Cuba?
Was
it the CIA?
Was it the CIA? Was it the mob?
Who fucking knows? This it could be just someone that just didn't like him.
Yeah, for sure. It could have been the fucking aliens.
Probably the aliens.
Probably not, but yeah.
You never know.
You never know. You never know.
Damn,
So,
there's no when like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. When did this happen?
so C-SPAN released this 3 hours ago.
Dang it.
Yeah. 3 hours ago.
Can we look it up? Like look up the files? Maybe it's like
Yeah.
on the public domain somewhere.
Absolutely. Okay. So JFK assassination
Documentation.
declass. I'm just gonna go to Google.
Man, I hope it's there. Finally end the mystery. Who was right? Who was wrong?
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Imagine if this rewrites history books across the nation.
Assassination of John F. Kennedy. Here it is.
Oh, snap.
The WhiteHouse.gov. Okay, so declassification of records concerning the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the Senator Robert F. Kennedy, I'm sorry, and the Reverend Martin Luther King.
Oh my God. How deep is this?
So it's not that deep.
All right.
Okay, do you want to read or do you want me to read?
I guess I can read.
Okay. So, section 1, policy and purpose. Go ahead.
More than 50 years after the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Martin Luther King. Wait, JFK? Assassinations of President? Robert?
So Robert F.
That's his
Kennedy
dad?
is Junior's dad.
Okay.
And he died in a plane crash.
Okay.
Which is, I think, the official narrative. Do you mind if I look that up real quick?
Sure. Yeah, I know like a lot of Kennedys. There's like a Kennedy curse. I know the two
Yes.
kids died,
Right.
and I know JFK died. I didn't know there was more than that.
Okay, so Robert, I would like to know about his assassination. Oh, never mind.
Shot in a hotel in California? What the heck?
My apologies. I was confusing this Kennedy with a different Kennedy.
So Kennedy did die in a plane crash as well?
Yes, as
Holy
well.
cow.
But Robert F. Kennedy apparently was shot. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's my apologies. In Los Angeles at the Ambassador Hotel.
I wonder if
Okay.
that's the original narrative or
That's probably... sometimes it's hard.
not.
Look, what is it? John F. Kennedy died in Dallas, Texas, right? And so some things can't change.
You're right.
Some official
You're
narrative.
right. You're right.
The location can't be disputed that much. But anyways.
Let's go on. And
Yeah.
the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. The federal government has not released to the public all of its records related to those events. Their families and the American people deserve transparency and truth. It's the national interest to finally release all records related to these assassinations without delay. The President John F. Kennedy assassination records.
Pause. I'm like glossing through this. It's
not there yet.
I don't see a whole lot of info.
It's just telling you how it's been released,
Yeah.
not really what happened.
Yeah.
Within 15 days of the date of order.
Cool. The Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General shall, in coordination with the Assistant to the President for National Security Affairs and the Counsel to the President, present a plan to the president for the full and complete release of the records.
Dang it.
So we
we're
got
not finding it today.
15 days, bro. Oh, so, okay, within 45 days of the date of this order, the Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General shall, in coordination with the Assistant to the President for National Security Affairs and the Council to the President, review the records related to the assassination of blah, 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 blah.
And present it.
Okay, so... Man, so they won't even release it.
Right. We gotta wait.
Until they...
We got a
That's
month
fucking
left.
Crazy. I thought they were gonna, like, full out release, but...
So what it seems like is not even Trump knows at this point what happened. They have to review it with him.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
Exactly. And I remember during the Joe Rogan and Trump interview, or, like, podcast, Joe asked, Donald if he saw the files, and Donald was like, Trump was like, I have, but there's not a whole lot, we should, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He just like kind of wiggled around that question. And apparently, he was insinuating that he saw some of the files. And so
Fair.
I'm not sure if he saw the full thing.
Right.
Obviously. So,
Dude, I heard he had hella classified documents just chilling around his like hotel, the Trump Towers or some shit.
Yeah.
Which he's an old guy. I kind of understand it, but it's kind of like, yo, what? Someone could just walk in there, steal your shit.
But that's
it's the
also
best lick in the world.
But the Secret Service is up and down that place.
You're right.
Because like I remember during his first presidency, he didn't want to stay at the White House. He's
Really?
like, it's a piece of shit. It's not that nice. Like my hotels are better.
Wow.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Fair.
I'm sure that like I'm not sure if he's gonna like. He spent a lot of time not at the White House.
Right.
So
I can see it
you
now.
know,
That makes
yeah.
a little sense. Instead of it being all over his desk in the Oval Office or whatever, it's
right.
he transferred his little hotel to the new T office.
Yeah. Sure.
Man, that's unfortunate though. I was really looking to dive in.
Me too. There was a declassified document that I read about. It was the FBI. No. Maybe it was the CIA. Had this remote viewing interview with this dude. Do you know what remote viewing is?
I'm not familiar.
Yeah. So it was this like psychic, kind of squirrely tests that they were doing with people with like if they had psychic ability.
Okay.
They were like would give a coordinate coordinates to them, or they would they would like give coordinates to these people, and they'd be like, can you see it? And so like these people would be like describing what they see from those coordinates, and so they were
That's crazy.
given a percentage of accuracy, and so they were able to they were trying to figure out like what the Russians are doing or what the Cubans are doing, and so they would like get these coordinates and see if they're accurate. And so in one of these sessions, they tried to do Mars, and they also tried to do like 100,000 years in the past or something like that. And this dude was talking about people and cities and pyramids, and yeah, it was really interesting. I read the whole. It was only 10 pages.
What the
and
hell?
it was
how accurate was the guy in like modern times?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Decently accurate.
Okay.
Like above an 80 percentile. Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
flip flop?
And to be honest, that's what's the word? It's non-repeatable. Like I don't know if I can were they really doing controlled studies?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And like they're just writing these documents and putting out like how accurate they are, but do we really know how accurate they
That's
are?
also
So like
true.
I was reading it thinking that it was a lot of disinformation, that
Right.
was a bunch of nonsense. And so when when he's talking about fucking pyramids and people and
on Mars or
on Mars.
That's nuts.
and so it was interesting. It was a fucking interesting read. And, like, the way I found it was CIA remote viewing.
Bro, what if Elon's from fucking Mars and we don't even know? And he's like one of the people that lives in the pyramids. That'd be insane.
Fucking saluted Hitler. I'm not talking about that.
Bro, what? No, he said, I take my heart and put it out to you.
Yeah. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Mars, Pierre.
I'm not surprised that Elon would do like something like that and like not notice it.
Me neither. Yeah, so here it is. Here's the document. And so if you guys want to look this up at home, all I looked up was CIA remote viewing Mars pyramids. And so the CIA.gov pops up. And so I read this document, and it's just between like a John Doe and this CIA agent. And so 1 million years ago, excuse me, I said 100,000 years ago, but he said, you know. And so, yeah, this is just a conversation between like the person who's represents the CIA and then the test subject. And so he's just like goes, you know, he gives coordinates, and then he like, you know, talks about caverns, and then he talks about, you know, like an obelisk, and then huge mountain ranges. And then I think if I just do this, it's actually not viewable text. But yeah, this is an interesting read. Man. If you ever want to put your fucking tinfoil hat on, this is a fucking.
Do these pyramids have
what?
Insides or outsides?
They got both. They're huge.
Man.
I know. And so I don't really know if this is fucking disinformation that the CIA is just trying to feed us, you know. But that was really fascinating.
I'm surprised they haven't sent rovers out to those locations to like excavate.
You know,
if they really think it's something.
That's where the CIA gets real interesting. Or not the CIA, but
NASA and whatnot.
NASA. I mean, I've shit talked NASA on this fucking podcast before.
Right.
NASA is
my future employer. Please hire me, NASA. No.
NASA is a government agency, and so they don't have to release information on their findings of space. And so, I mean, the fact that most of the Mars findings from the Apollo missions went classified immediately, that's fucking weird. The Mars rover having a live feed and then it gets cut out, like their live feed gets cut out, and you're like, why? And they're like, we lost signal or something. There's like a storm out in space. And so, like, I don't know, man. I can't really.
That's gnarly.
Yeah, like
you have one fucking rover that's communicating to like these people on Mars. You just don't know it.
Yeah. Or just like the rover. I'm not here for those fucking conspiracies, but you can draw conspiracies from those kind of situations. And so, yeah, man. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it's just rocks.
Maybe it is. And maybe it is just rocks.
Let's say hypothetically it is just rocks there.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of spending millions and billions of dollars on going to Mars just to look at rocks and sand?
That's a really excellent question. And, you could say the pursuit of science. The first nation to do it, nationalism.
But then it's like there's still so much here that we haven't even discovered.
Sure.
It's the point where it's like, man.
Well, it's like, NASA, when they have tall tasks, like, they've discovered so many new ways, new sciences. I mean, they figured out X-rays. With a lot of difficult tasks, there's human innovation.
Fair.
And so, like, having a tall order of, sending a fucking robot to Mars, you you would think that we would get smarter because there's so many problems in order to do so.
Right.
And so like there's a lot of innovation there.
And all those innovations trickle down into the technology and things that we use every day here, making life simpler,
exactly,
more efficient. I could see that.
And so I mean that's a great argument for it. But then you got like, yeah, why would you send a fucking really expensive robot out in the middle of nowhere to do what? You're just looking at sand dunes. Or are you? It's
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I don't know.
I know, but
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really like the idea of human exploration outside of Earth. Like going to the moon, going to the other planets.
That scares the bejeebus out of me. It's like
Really?
a horror film. I don't want to die in space. I'm gonna be that little bitch in fucking Interstellar.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, Matt Damon?
Stuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt Damon's such a cunt in Interstellar.
That's going to be me. I'm going to be the guy that's like, I want to go home. Please, take me home.
I think I'd be okay with it. I would feel really proud to die in space. You know why?
No way.
Because I got so fucking far from the piece of dirt I was born on. I don't know, man. I have a different view on it. And maybe if I faced death in space, I would bitch out, just like you're talking about. But I don't know. It seems kind of fucking cool to me now, being on this piece of dirt. So, yeah.
Don't know.
That's kind of where I'm at. You know.
Even if there was like travel and it was safe to go to Mars, I don't think I'd ever go.
Really?
Would never go.
Even if it was... Sorry, my cat is... Even if it was a little safe?
I mean, a little risky.
All right, let me get my cat real quick.
All right.
But what are you about to say? Go on your camera. What are you about to say?
What I'm about to say is, even if they have a little dome to protect people and there's oxygen and there's resources and everyone's living a happy life on Mars, I'm staying on Earth.
Okay.
I'm keeping my feet planted. Well, I don't want anything to happen, and then I'm stuck in space.
Yeah. Yeah, what if it was as easy as going to the North Pole?
Going to the North Pole. Easy. Man, I don't know if I'll go to the North Pole even. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, me neither. What about Antarctica? What about even like the tip of Antarctica?
I'm going to have to be getting paid a lot of money to do that.
Okay.
A lot of money.
Okay.
That's a risky thing.
But, you're trying to get hired by NASA. Are you trying to be one of those?
I'm behind the desk. Mm-hmm. I'm receiving the Houston. We have a problem.
Okay.
I'm receiving that. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way.
Why do you want to work for NASA?
I don't know. One of my favorite teachers worked for NASA, which is pretty crazy. Crash Challenger. I don't know. I think it'd be a fun time. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think they have I would not be surprised if they do some pretty cool experiments.
I would agree.
Things that actually matter.
I would agree.
They probably have like Innovation Day over there. Mm-hmm. They just make shit just cause.
Just cause.
Who knows? Maybe they don't. Maybe they're on a strict schedule. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Yeah.
This sounds like fun. I like science.
Yeah, I remember listening to an astronaut interview, and he was talking about the experiments. I mean, they have a tight schedule being in the International Space Station.
Right.
And so they would either maintenance the space station, right, or run experiments, exercise, eat, sleep, nothing else. I think they barely get like 30 minutes to themselves or something. Like,
wow.
They have some free time, but not much. I mean, you're up there to work.
Right.
And so he would be talking about the experiments, and I'm sure that every experiment that they do up there was done 1,000,000 times by NASA scientists on the ground, right? And trying to figure out like what would be the difference up in zero gravity, or just like in those kind of in that kind of environment, right, of space. Obviously like the International Space Station's still in orbit, but it's considered space, and so yeah.
Don't know. And also, I feel like a lot of things would be different. Like if they are able to expose it to like the atmosphere of space, like an experiment where it's like freezing fucking cold.
Right.
I don't know. Running a nuclear reactor on fucking the moon is probably way more maybe I shouldn't say nuclear reactor, but like the coal refinery or some shit that requires like a lot of cooling might be a lot more seamless in space.
Interesting.
I don't know, things of that nature. I don't know.
I'm curious. I don't know. But
I do not know.
Yeah.
Do we have any more? Have you heard about Trump saying that he's going to turn the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of what, America?
Gulf of America. That
was wild.
That was one of the. I started belly laughing when I heard that.
That was wild.
So funny. That is so fucking funny. And that is one thing that I don't feel any controversy on. Fine, do it. Fucking do it. It's just naming something.
Right.
You know, like,
I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the shittiest bodies of water that
it is.
and
That's
the only reason it is because of Americans, so we might as well take ownership of our bullshit.
you know, obviously there was that oil spill
Right.
that was done by BP, British Petroleum. And so
Did we talk about that here?
why?
No, I talked about that in class.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Now every
I
fucking Dawn dish soap.
I hate the new Gulf of America, or like I hate. It's not a good piece of body of water. I agree. And every single beach that's in the Gulf of Mexico is a piece of shit, in my personal opinion. And so, yeah, I agree with you, but I don't know.
Clean our waters. That should be the next act.
I'm more for the Gulf of America than I am changing the what is it, Mount Denali? He was doing that too. Did you not hear about that?
I did not hear about that.
So
what is going on?
There's apparently a peak in Alaska that's
Okay.
called Mount Denali, but he wants to change it to Mount.
Why does he care?
Not. I just think that
That'd be a dope car name. In the next fucking 5 years, we're gonna have
it
cars.
is a fucking car name. You dumbass.
Way.
It's a GM truck, bro. A Denali.
Damn, I'm slow. What the hell is wrong with me? No
I
way.
know. You're so fucking.
I was like, that's a great car name.
That's a great car name. Oh, he wants
No
to
way.
name it Mount McKinley.
Ooh, that's a goofy name.
Yeah, so the tallest peak in North America has been named Denali since 2015 so it was officially changed under Obama. Okay, so why did they change it to Mount Denali? So the Karukian are the people of Alaska who settled in the interior area north of the mountain. In 1975, the state of Alaska requested that the mount be officially recognized as Denali, as it was still the common name used in the state and was traditionally among Alaska Native people. And so I don't know why why Trump wants to change it to Mount McKinley, but yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a slap in the face for the indigenous people.
It is, but
It's unfortunate. McKinley?
I don't know what's the significance about McKinley.
Oh, that was the official name before?
Oh, okay. Okay, so
What it seems
Denali
like.
had officially been named Mount McKinley in the eyes of the government since 1917, and then it was officially changed by Obama in 2015. Okay. That just feels like a given. It just feels like a tug of war.
It's goofy, the
over-
goofiest thing.
Yeah, it
Because,
is.
like, isn't Ohio, like, an indigenous name for the...
Yeah,
So,
it is.
like, bro, let them have it.
Yeah, and
We
Denali's a
stole
way
it.
cooler name than McKinley.
Right. McKinley's such a goofy name, not
It's-
gonna lie. I'm
yeah.
sorry for all the McKinleys out there, but
Yeah, it's fucking
Denali's.
goofy for that.
I wouldn't name my GMC truck the McKinley.
I can't believe you didn't know that was a GMC truck.
thought
You've
it
never
was
seen
like
a fucking
Delilah
commercial
or some
for it?
shit.
You think they would name a truck Delilah?
I swear to God that there's like a
can't
SUV
wait.
that's like Delilah or some shit.
I can't with
I
you,
didn't know it
bro.
was Denali. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
Denali sounds so much better. There's gonna be a fire car name after that.
Yeah. What else happened? There was a lot that happened. Well, we could talk about fucking Elon. doing that fucking salute. You want to?
Dude, I'm backing Elon up for
Nah,
that one.
bro,
I'm backing him up.
Look, I try to give him every benefit of the doubt.
There's no way he went into that intentionally.
I understand.
There are elections that
I understand that.
Right.
I understand that. Obviously, you don't. Maybe he didn't mean to do the Nazi salute,
Right.
right?
People do random shit all the time.
Yeah,
and
of
it's like,
course. That's super fair. That's super fair. I remember when I was talking with a buddy of mine about it yesterday. I was just like, chatting up with this buddy of mine, and we both did the,
Oh, no.
just to like see if we were talking about the same thing, because I was like, what'd you think of that salute? And he knew immediately what I was talking about. And he's like, oh, you're talking about... And I was like, yes. And he was like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. It is a Nazi salute. I don't know. Anyways, I think that, yeah, it was a fucking... look, bro.
Let's see it.
And I get it.
I mean, it's not straight up even. You know what I mean? Like, the angle of this video.
All right.
Oh.
I get it, bro. But like,
If he really wanted to do a Nazi symbol thing, he would have done it. He wouldn't have tried to, like, sugarcoat what he did. He would have been proud of it.
yeah,
He would have been like, the original meaning of the Nazi thing isn't even this. It means this, actually.
Yeah,
for your
sure.
information.
Sure. You know what I would have, from this situation, I wish he didn't dig his heels in. He was responding to this on Twitter, and he was kind of really not just like, he was like, my bad. He didn't do that,
Right.
He just kind of like said he didn't, but this looks pretty, tell me, let's paint an imaginary world where I get elected in 2056.
Right.
Okay? And I ask you to be my head of decluttering the government. And you pull off this? Wouldn't you be like, my bad, I didn't mean to do that? Or would you dig your heels in? You give a speech
Okay.
on the
Hear me out.
inauguration day.
All
The
right.
day you get
Hear me
inaugurated.
out.
I'm hearing you.
So, let's say we went down to watch the Bengals play, right? Or
Right.
the Reds play.
Sure.
And you hear
We're
a
from
guy-
Cincinnati.
Right.
Right.
And me, I go out there, I'm like, C's up for Cincinnati. And I
Yeah.
start throwing up C's.
Yeah, she's just like, woo!
If you were on the other side
Woo!
of the stadium and you didn't hear me say C's up for Cincinnati,
Mm-hmm.
would it be safe to assume that there's a bunch of Crips on the other side of the field?
It's just not a big enough one for, what I mean? It's just not a big enough one. You gotta put, like,
West Side or some crazy shit?
no, bro, there's nothing, in our Western society, there's nothing bigger than World War II.
Fair.
Right? World War II, like, propelled us into, and was really influential to our present day.
Right.
Truly, I remember being taught that if we didn't win World War II, we probably were speaking German now.
Right.
But so like nothing really is any bigger than that social problem. And so if you were like wearing a swastika on your back, would you be like, nah, bro, it's like
backwards
it's like
cross.
Hinduism. It's like
He's Hindu.
I'm just like really into like Buddha and like just like ancient symbols, like
Fair.
You
Fair,
know,
I see what you're saying.
there's nothing bigger than this one. There's nothing.
Is this guy really
There's
American?
nothing
even, though?
bigger than that. He's not. He's South African, right? He was born and raised in South Africa, and he
Maybe
came over.
his history lessons were much different than ours.
That's a
He
really.
doesn't understand,
That's
and he's
a-
also like
That's
super special of a guy. He's on there. Like you can tell he's on there.
Yeah.
Like he's on the
spectrum.
for sure.
He's got something. He's got Asperger's. He's on the spec. I don't really know what he is.
He's a special guy.
Yeah,
So like,
but can you make an excuse for him because of that? He speaks normal.
You're right. Right.
I mean, like, you can really only tell that he has something after about 5 minutes of hearing him speak, right?
I don't know. It just feels childish to like assume that he was going straight for trying to be a Nazi.
You know, let's watch I agree. And I also, to that point of him being born and raised in South Africa and coming over to America when he wanted to go to a college, right? So I looked up what the South African salute was.
Oh, snap.
And so
I want to hear this.
it was so like this is our salute, right, for the army, and then we put our hand over our heart. The what I was able to find on Google, because it was like hours after this happened.
Right.
So Google was Google was
crazy,
fucking
right?
with me, yeah. So because it was showing every time I looked up South African salute, it popped up with this. But after I got through like the 10 pages of fucking this news, I found a South African salute of this. Instead of this, you know, you got tuck in your thumb, I mean. So it was like this, right? And then I forget what their salute to their flag is. Like, you know, we do hand over the heart. I don't know what they do. I couldn't find it. So I don't really think that could be justification for him doing this thing. You know, it's inauguration day, bro, and
he's wildin'.
I know. All right,
I don't know. I just don't know.
Do you mind if we watch the clip?
Sure, let's watch it.
You know, there are elections that come and go. Some elections are, you know, important. Some are not. But this one, this one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you.
I didn't vote for this one.
For making it happen. Thank you.
There's no way that's intended.
My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you.
That's almost like
That
an
future
unathletic. He
civilization
ripped his
is
heart out
assured.
and threw it.
I get it. Look, I wanted to give him every benefit of the doubt.
Should he have done it maybe a little differently? Yeah, maybe he should have done like an overhand throw or something.
like my heart, like that would have been better if he
Right.
Like, my heart goes out to you. Like that would have been
As soon
better.
as he flipped it over.
Man. Once you flip over the arm and you're doing,
I can't say he had bad intentions.
I can't say that either, but this life is about optics.
You're right. There are some like hidden little shit everywhere in our society. Little Illuminati bullshit everywhere. So,
Well, I'm just saying that, like, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know.
it's
I'm
so
like-
weird.
And like every person who identifies as like I'm a liberal or I'm a Democrat, they're going crazy about this. That's for sure. And like as an American, I don't want somebody who's representing our new president to be fucking accidentally doing a Hitler salute. You know?
Right.
That's just my take on it.
I feel you.
As an American citizen, I don't give a fuck about what fucking party you are. Just like kind of keep that shit on the like just don't. Like you're representing us, you know.
Right.
That's kind of where I'm at. And I like
feel
Elon.
that.
Don't get me wrong. Like I think it's fucking cool what he does. I think his cars are okay. Him making that rocket that's reusable is fucking awesome. Him doing like Neuralink and Starlink and all that shit. That's cool. But man, just don't do something that people think are
Right.
Hitler salute. Like, come
Right.
on.
It's like
Come
when
on.
the star quarterback or star player of your high school sports team does something extremely idiotic.
Yeah.
Like robs a gas station.
Sure.
Or just not even robs, like steals something from a gas station and gets
Sure.
put on the news. And it's like, damn, you're making our whole team look like a bunch of hoodlums. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you
I remember
doing?
when Pac-Man Jones on the Bengals was shooting people.
Oh, shit.
He actively was in many shootings. Okay, I remember like a stripper spilled, like, or maybe it was just a waitress spilled something on him, and he got crazy, and then a guy tried to intervene, and then he got shot, and so like. Yeah,
Man, I've met that guy. That's
You've met Pac-Man?
I've seen him in real life 2 times.
At Marble.
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy. He's wild. He's a wild guy.
That's fucking awesome, by the way. How did you know he was Pac-Man?
Everyone else knew, and they just told me. I didn't fucking know. I didn't know this dude.
That's
I didn't know he was
funny.
that crazy, though. What the heck?
Yeah, he's fucking nuts.
He
What?
always hangs out with these, like, rich fucking people.
Yeah, I'm
that,
sure he
like,
does.
look like they didn't work hard to get their money.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I mean, look, when you're the life of the party, you get invited to some cool parties.
Right.
And so, yeah, I'm sure he's a cool guy. Don't get me wrong. I would like to meet him. But, yeah, he's been, like, involved in some shady stuff. And so, when something like that would happen and then the Bengals would feel the repercussions for it, of the PR.
Right.
Yeah, it's not cool. And so this also
Yeah.
isn't, the fucking Elon stuff isn't cool either. The fact that, yeah, man, it's interesting. It's
Man,
interesting.
Pac-Man really shot some dude over someone spilling a drink.
didn't
Did
know
they
this.
pass away?
I'm really, that's a really excellent question. And I
That'd be
don't think
unfortunate.
he should.
Did he get kicked off the team for that? Or
So, Pac-Man Jones.
I don't even know his
real name. Neither do I.
his position.
Arrest.
Cornerback.
Okay, so wow, this is pretty recent news. November 26, 2024. The Arlington Police Department confirmed
Man.
that Jones had taken into custody early Sunday morning for assaulting a peace officer. I don't know what a peace officer is. Or public intoxication, resisting arrest. Okay, so let's look up shootings. So this is 2012. ESPN.com.
11 mil. That's crazy.
Had to pay $11 million in damages to 2 Las Vegas strip clubs. Employees injured.
Man.
A club manager who was left paralyzed from the waist down,
Bro.
and a former bouncer who was wounded. Jesus. So the first guy, the club manager's bones were shattered in the shooting. And then, the shooter later demanded $15,000 from John. Okay. So yeah, he was, this is just one incident. This is the recent one.
Right. That is recent as shit.
Misconduct is a really big word. So yeah, he was involved. I mean, like, I'm not here to research
Right.
how deep is his fucking criminal record, but
That's unfortunate.
it's known. His criminal record's known for sure. And he was like, he was famous for it.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Man,
Mhm.
the people that go by you every day.
I know.
You never imagine.
Yeah.
The fact that you had $11 million to even pay someone,
Yeah.
that's even crazier.
Yeah.
So I met a multi-millionaire. I didn't talk to him. I was actually like, man, this guy doesn't seem like good news.
Mhm.
Like, just from the people
How
that
did
he had
he?
around him.
What did he? Oh, really?
Yeah. They
Interesting.
look like a bunch of, hate to say it, but hood rats, in my opinion.
Sure. How was he dressed?
He's dressed fancy as shit.
I'm sure.
Like, I don't even know. I can't
Cool.
even describe it.
Cool.
But I did recognize his glasses. I didn't recognize the brand or anything, but you could just look at his fucking shades and you're like, God damn. those
He's
are
wearing shades
expensive
inside?
Pair of shades. Yeah, type shit.
Shades inside is always
Chains and everything.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah.
It's not like he was wearing no fucking sweatshirt or some shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he was fitted up for sure.
Yeah. I wanted to go to eat there. I wanted to go to eat at Marble. How much do you think my bill would be for 2 people, for me and my girl?
Like 200
So it's $100 a plate.
type shit.
How
If
much-
you get like a
A steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get steak.
I mean,
and that's like the
you-
only thing that you probably should
You
get.
gotta get a
Yeah.
steak. You got
Steakhouse.
to. Yeah.
I
Oh man, dude.
I'm not a supporter of Marble.
Yeah.
I'm not a Marble supporter.
Do you not like steak?
I do enjoy it, but like,
Yeah. Did you walk?
their steak is literally not even like, it's
Just okay.
It's what is it called? Select.
Yeah, select cuts. What do you mean? Is it select meat, select cuts?
Fuck.
I
Is
don't
that not
really-
what it is? Look up like ratings on beef. Like I know there's like prime, select, things of that nature.
On beef or on
On
steaks?
Beef.
Okay, so there were
God damn it.
prime cuts, choice cuts, select cuts, standard and commercial.
What did I say it was? Did I say it's select?
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to get into fucking Google shopping. Like this stuff?
Yeah,
Is this what you're talking about?
for
Well, I
sure.
didn't mean to do that. I don't really understand
Man,
this.
hopefully I don't get sued for defamation, but essentially, their shit's not prime.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
on the very right, you have this is
Beef
like
marbling score. Is that why they called themselves Marble?
right because they're
Interesting.
saying that they have well marbled steaks,
Gotcha.
but I'm saying they don't have well marbled steaks.
Be careful, man.
I'm saying there's some better marbled steaks out there in this world, which makes sense because you're only paying like $100. Like I'm not saying what they have is bad,
Yeah.
but I am saying that there's better out there,
Sure.
and there's probably better in the city.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you could find somewhere else that has prime steaks.
Sure. I went to the precinct, I guess like a year and a half ago, and I got a blackened seared scallops with a New York strip.
Right.
One of the best meals I've gotten in my life.
I mean,
And, yeah. I mean, I love me a good surf and turf. And
Fair
so,
enough.
yeah, I've been wanting to go to Marble just for the shits and gigs of it because, like, it looks like a beautiful
right.
setup in there. They got good views just in the port, it's
Right.
just fucking in Newport. So it's
right
not,
there.
it's right fucking there. And like, yeah, I was looking at some apartments in the port as well.
Oh,
And
snap.
they weren't bad.
Really?
Bad. Yeah. It's hard to get a nice apartment that's not fucking an arm and a leg. That's not $1,500.
Yeah.
You
It's true statement.
But I was thinking about getting a 1,000 square foot apartment for
That's all space.
$1,400, which is a lot.
Yeah,
It's a
pretty
lot,
pricey.
but it's more than it's less than I pay here. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
robbery that you would even have to pay over $1,000 for a place, in my opinion. Especially if it's like
I
1,000
agree.
square feet or under.
I agree because like what the average person who not doing minimum wage, but like the average person probably makes what like
$3,000 a month.
Yeah, $3,000.
$2.5 to $3,000 a month.
Yeah, and like we're talking about entry level people,
Right.
you and I,
Right.
and so it is fucking robbery that you have to pay more than like. What are we supposed to do? Are we not supposed to eat? Are we not supposed to have like cars? Are we not supposed
It's
to
wild.
have like car insurance? Are we not? What are we supposed to cut out of our lives to be able to afford these fucking places? That's not a fucking postage stamp. Like this isn't fucking Asia. We should have space in
Right.
America. So we should be able to have okay sized apartments
Yeah, I agree.
and homes to be able to rent and buy. And so yeah,
What I think it is, honestly, I think it's just the city.
you think so?
Yeah, just like this fucking 25 miles of the middle of Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Expensive as hell for no reason.
I hate to kind of break it to you, but I don't know any city that's kind of better than this.
I agree. I think we do have a very fucking cheap city, but I
Yeah.
think that...
because like gas is kind of cheap, everything like
And then, like, once you leave the city as well, you're not going to find apartment complexes.
no, you
There's
don't.
nothing there.
Yeah.
So, like, of course it's going to be cheaper because there's no fucking grocery stores.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's nothing there.
You got to drive an hour
Right.
for everything.
Right.
Yeah. I remember going on this kick about I was going to do a job in New York. So I was like looking up apartments and I was like, man, how am I going to be able to do this? Like 6 months in New York? I won't be able to afford it. Like I was looking at fucking 600 square feet being over $1,000. And it's like, gee, what are you talking about? Like some of these places were $1,500 for 500 square feet.
That's crazy.
Studios, in shit parts of the town. I mean, the shittiest parts of
That's
town.
crazy.
And obviously, like, look, I don't even know where to, like, in this city, I know where to live. You know what I mean? So, like, I can kind of pick and choose of, like, which apartment complex. But in a new city, you don't know.
Right.
So, like, it's difficult, man. It's difficult.
I also believe that if you lived in that situation, like in New York, and you're actually living that life where you have a 500 square foot house for $1,500 a month, your job barely pays you enough to make that sacrifice to live there.
Yeah.
As soon as you get out of that situation and you go into like a cheaper city or something, somewhere for lower cost of living, you take that as like a blessing. Like, oh my gosh, these people were so privileged and so lucky. Like, you guys don't know how hard it is in New York. And like, you take all the little things that you've learned from living that lifestyle of a high life expectancy in like New York or California. Yeah. All those little tricks that you had to like save money and whatnot, bring them over to like, let's say Cincinnati.
Sure.
And you just like excel and you do better. Yeah. And you enjoy life better. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't, I don't know where else to live that's cheaper. So, yeah.
It sucks. We just have to level up. We just have to get more cash in our wallet. That's the only option.
Seriously. It is the only option. It is the only option. Yeah. Yeah. You got any content for this week?
I do have some content.
Is it good? Dude, your stuff last week, so fucking good.
Wow,
so fucking good.
Thank you.
The
firework. That was hilarious. Dude, that was hilarious.
I'm still in the process of making that short, but it's so funny. Oh my god. I kind of think it's an edit.
Fair. I could see that. Like,
because
they record him walking.
The guy disappears.
Yeah.
The guy fucking disappeared. He just didn't blow out of the way. Like, people get hit with grenades and they don't blow out the fucking frame like that. That was so fucking wild. That's such a crazy ass video. So, yeah, I was, you deserve the praise from last week. That was fucking hilarious. Yeah, yeah.
I could not bring it. It had me laughing when I first watched it. I was like, I gotta bring this to the podcast.
It was so fucking funny. So funny. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And, yeah.
I have a lot of videos. A lot of little things.
I have a decent amount, too. I don't know if I have anything funny, but you know how it goes. Like, I have a few things that are pretty good. Okay.
Man, I saw this jail freestyle recently. I don't know if I put it on there.
Yeah.
But if I did, it's going to be the Thompson House in fucking Newport.
Oh, you got a lot of these, too. Yeah.
Yeah. They're feeding me. Algorithms feeding me that.
Dude, me too. The fucking ranked videos shit is everywhere. And it's already
I thought it was dead. I thought it was a dead meme. Like, top 5 cringiest moments. I thought it was a dead meme.
Yeah, no,
but
dude,
it came back.
It's the biggest fucking YouTube meme. It's on everything. It's fucking on everything. What am I supposed to,
I got a lot going on here.
Okay, which one did you said you had a
freestyle?
A freestyle?
I don't have it. I don't see it. Nope, I didn't bring it.
All right.
Damn.
All right.
I thought I favorited it and put it in this playlist, but I guess not. I'll bring it next time.
What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with this?
Sure.
This is already loud. Here, I'm gonna make this into a. Sorry, just give me one moment.
You're good.
Watch. All right.
I wonder if these people are still
Does
senators.
TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Do you remember this?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand that. So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network? you will have to access the network to get connections to the internet.
Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
These are
Have
the
you ever applied
U.S.
for Chinese
senators, bro.
citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation.
Man, they access the Wi-Fi. What does that mean, though?
Wait, are you like genuinely concerned?
Genuinely, yeah.
No, like.
Do you know what I
have
mean?
to you have to be on Wi-Fi
Yeah.
to like do anything on your phone. You know
Yeah,
what
no
I mean?
shit. No shit.
So
but okay.
I guess
The-
that's what
the
the
Roombas.
TikTok guy is trying to
The
say.
Roombas,
Right.
if they're made in China and you connect it to the Wi-Fi, they can prop up your Wi-Fi as a
Connection point. or
as a
something?
connection point, like a VPN. They
Right.
can use your Wi-Fi as a weak point,
Right.
so to be able to do whatever the fuck they want, to be able to do any type of like, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not smart enough to be
I
able
can understand
to
that.
to be able to describe all the computer privacy laws. But go ahead, what?
I think that I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I think the way that senator asked that question was one of the stupidest ways you could have framed that question.
Yeah.
Like you should have framed it in more of a, security.
correct.
Any level deeper than do I have to have Wi-Fi to use your app? Like anything deeper than that.
Yeah, dude.
Like of course.
yeah, duh.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just like, bro, what? Come
Yeah.
on. He should have gotten to the point. Like
Mm-hmm.
to where it's like, is this a weak point in my Wi-Fi having TikTok? He should have gotten to that point, but
Yeah.
just did not know what he was talking about. It was crazy.
I was shown the video of the CEO. I don't know if this is the CEO
Yeah.
or owner, but this is the
Pretty
CEO.
sure. Yep.
I was shown the video. He speaks really good English.
Yeah.
Really fantastic English, actually. Like, felt like better than me sometimes,
Better than half these dang senators that folded on every single one of their questions.
I know. Yeah. It's so sad.
Like we couldn't. Like why couldn't they just choose representatives from their state that understand the field to speak to this guy, so we can actually have things addressed?
Or not even like, what if they fucking brought out an outside specialist to
They
be
could
able
have
to
brought their children, and the questions would have been answered better.
Agreed.
Which is crazy.
Agreed. ChatGPT would have done better for fucking national security than these fucks.
It's nuts.
And okay.
Nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
Colleague Representative Burgess, a few minutes ago exposed that TikTok and ByteDance share legal teams. You confirmed this, correct?
Our general counsel is
Yes.
an
Yes or
American lawyer,
Yes.
veteran of Microsoft.
Also, my colleague Representative Latta
God.
confirmed that your parent company, ByteDance,
She was
currently
annoying
can
as
access
hell.
user
This
data.
don't
Yes.
tread on me.
We have to be more
Yes.
specific.
It's wild.
She
That was a wild moment in history.
Yeah, I kind of heard the thought that it was it felt like a PR stunt that both America and TikTok was doing to hype up TikTok.
Really?
I mean, that's kind of the things I heard about. Like, just the fact that, like, the hype for
To
TikTok.
get more users on.
Yes,
by-
and more
that makes
viewers.
sense. That makes
Correct.
sense.
Yeah, and so, like, it kind of felt like a money and view grab, a retention grab to
That
be
makes
able to,
sense.
like, kind of cash out the most amount of money in a certain amount of time because, like, everybody who uses TikTok was frantically watching TikToks. I'm assuming,
Yeah, before it shut down.
before it
so
shut down, and now it's just like, oh,
It's back.
it's back. It's nice to see you
Wow.
again. We're still here, actually. She
Thanks
like,
for the Instagram subscribers.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're back.
Yeah, yeah. That's just kind of weird. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah.
Before we leave
Mm-hmm.
politics, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah, let's hear
but
it.
could you go to a website that's called Rug Check? Rug Pull Check. This is going to be about the Trump coin.
This
yeah,
thing?
that. Yep. So this website, you can check and see if a crypto is going to get sold by the guy who like owns it. I'm surprised Trump is not at the top. It should be like one of the most. If you go to tokens at the top, that hopefully Trump coin would be up there. Most viewed. If you scroll down a little bit more,
That's interesting.
so you can see like all these shit coins.
Mm-hmm. You know, could I look up? Can I look up the one I have that I'm part of?
Sure.
Can I just look it up, or can I not?
Is it a Solana-based coin?
Probably not. Probably not.
Maybe. You need the address though.
I don't know what the fuck. Never mind then. I was gonna
Man.
look up the one that I have. You know,
Which one? Pi?
Pi Network. Yeah,
It's not. It shouldn't be.
it should be an independent coin. I thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Could you actually look up like the Trump coin on another tab,
Yeah, of course.
and then we could pull up the token address? Because it's really fucking interesting. It's gonna flip you. You're gonna flip your shit.
Okay. Should I
Should
look up the Trump
Coin
ad?
market cap. If you go to that website, the second link, and then on the left, scroll down a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Keep going. Should be there. An address. Keep going.
Okay.
That address should be it.
Excuse me. There we go. All right.
Let's pray that that's it. Yep. So as you can see, danger. The top 10 holders own 80% of the token, which is risky because if they sold it,
It would pull the rug.
right.
Yeah.
So if you scroll down, you can
Sure.
actually see a little bit more
Interesting. This is a nifty little thing.
right here on where it says top holders.
Top holders.
So only 7% of the coin has been like bought out so far.
Mm-hmm.
It was at almost, I believe, like 93 when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you click on that, and this is the I don't know if it's the program that made it or the actual count, but just wait for that net worth to load. $600 trillion. Half a quadrillion.
Who owns this?
Do you see that writing up there? Do you know what that writing is? The capital of like fucking Dubai, like the Emirates. What is that? The United.
Arab Emirates.
Yes.
United Arab Emirates.
That text directly translates to the name of the capital
UAE.
city. Yeah.
UAE. Yeah.
It directly translates to the name of the capital of that city.
They bought all this shit. Do you think as like a shits and gigs, or like do you think this is all their holdings?
That's all their holdings and their net worth. So if they sold,
Number of assets.
that's just because people like gave them coins and things of that nature, and they buy coins every day. Wow. I was looking at this earlier, and it actually was at 1.7 quadrillion.
Was it?
It was at 1.7 quadrillion earlier today.
No, this is trillion, bro.
Quadrillion. It was
This
like
is thousand,
Yeah.
million. Oh, this is billion. Excuse me. Right.
Ooh.
This is million. This is billion.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's $500 billion.
Here, let me show you this screenshot. I actually did take a screenshot because it
Yeah.
blew my mind.
You know,
You
that's
see
a
how
lot of
many
fucking money.
commas? That's the same
In
account.
Whoa.
That's the same account.
Yeah. Let me do
That's
that.
a quadrillion. 1.7 quadrillion.
So that's million, billion, trillion. Yeah, quadrillion. You said
Quadrillion, dude.
1 quadrillion.
That's fucking nuts.
Our numbers shouldn't go that high.
They should not.
They should not.
That's crazy. That blew my mind. And like maybe this is just like the program that fucking made the token for Trump, like the service that he went through to make this token.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so fishy. And I feel like that's why a lot of people haven't really been investing into it anymore as recently, because they know it's like not American owned all the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a big thing for me. That's crazy. It was just crazy to me. But there's a lot of shitcoins are getting support on the Solana blockchain.
Really?
As of recently, yeah, ever since that Trump coin launched.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Bullish on shitcoins.
That's interesting.
It's crazy that Trump supports it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, he posted on his Twitter and everything.
Yeah, that's really,
It's iffy. It's muddy.
it's.
Like, if this is actually Trump's account, good for him. But
Oh no, I have such an I wish our representatives. I don't want our representatives to ever feel hungry. I never wanted them to go broke because
Right.
their interests should be in the American people, not their own wealth, right? But man, you get to a point where you're like, hey man, why don't you chill out a little? Chill out a little. Like when I think we talked about this probably a year ago on the podcast, but that the fact that you can look up Nancy Pelosi's
trading. Yeah.
Trading.
I heard that as recently she made some controversial trades.
Did she?
I heard.
Well,
Yeah. I don't
let's
know
look it
what
up.
she did.
Let's look it up. Nancy.
I will say on Robinhood, when they released Trump coin on Robinhood, which is crazy, they did say that they're going to release the 80% liquid holdings. They're going to release it to the public in their own schedule.
Oh, really?
That's what they said on Robinhood, but I don't know.
Man. Nancy Pelosi's better than the market.
By a lot.
By a lot. So she purchased Amazon, purchased Google. She sold Apple. She
That's
sold
why Apple went down.
Oh, she sold Nvidia. Damn. I guess I should sell my Nvidia too then, huh?
She flipped the fuck out of that.
Which one?
Nvidia off a 5% increase. Oh, she
Yeah.
did call options.
500
calls. That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. That is pretty nuts. I tried to look up. There's a couple things that she invested in. I remember grooming through this stuff, and I was very curious if I could also be as wealthy as.
Look at that, 67%. The she had calls as well, but still,
yeah.
who even knows what that is? Tempest AI,
Like what the fuck is this?
that's
Doesn't
nuts.
look like that good of a stock.
I mean,
Actually,
this is just
only 1 month.
yeah,
Or 1 minute.
bro.
What?
Even for the minute, 2 days, do a week.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Looks like it just released.
Yeah, I guess it just went public. I guess it was an IPO for a little bit. Okay.
Man, that's still wild.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of people bought and then sold.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting. Yeah. I was really on an investment kick for a while, but as an unintelligent, I wasn't, I try to make the most intelligent moves as I possibly can as a, beginning
new trader.
as a new trader. You don't really know what to trust or what to go for, but
Right.
I remember looking at this and I was like, man, I kind of feel smart for just copying a rich person.
Right.
And so, yeah. It's interesting. Oh, man. That's also, that fucking find that you had was really interesting about this guy. Well,
The official Trump coin.
yeah, this is crazy. I wonder if it reevaluates after a while. I'm sure it does.
should.
Yeah.
But earlier
Yeah.
today, man, I was fucking tripping. I was like,
Yeah.
there's no... There it is, the 1.7.
There's that. Yeah. I wonder why I did that before.
I will say there are times where, especially if you are the one that created the coin, where it will assign the value of all the coins that you
Sure.
created, like that 80%,
Yeah.
to your wallet.
Mm-hmm.
But
And then makes you a fucking billionaire, and then it
I mean, essentially you would be, theoretically, but sometimes it's doubled, and you have to divide it by 2.
Oh, okay.
That number divided by 2 is still huge.
How many shit coins have you made?
4, 5, 6 shit coins. I have
6.
2 BNB shit coins, and then
Mhm.
I have 4 Solana shit coins.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what creates value for you? How do you create value for your shitcoins?
I just put money in the liquidity pool, just like how this guy does. But it doesn't matter unless you have like clout. Unless people know about it and are interested in it,
Sure.
then there's no point.
Yeah.
It won't take off. Or if it's like I hate to say it, but like a funny enough meme,
Yeah.
then you're not getting anywhere.
Right.
It's kind of just like trends and whatnot. Like if I would have made Melania coin immediately after that Trump coin, I would have had a good percentage of taking off.
Sure.
But then also you run the risk of like falling flat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making a website.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a fake article. It's too much work for me.
Right.
But it's like things that happen. There's ways to it's so crazy too because once you create a coin, you own everything about the coin. You can change the description. You can change the volume. You can change. You could do anything. You can manipulate it to the max.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is just money. You could even buy Twitter likes and followers and rankings on crypto websites. You can buy it all. It's all there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. It's a lot to absorb. I think I need a palate cleanser. You okay with that?
Fair.
This is, once you start talking about money, I'm like, I'm poor.
Crypto's
I'm poor.
nuts.
I'm poor.
Does TikTok access?
Man. What else do you want to do?
That video
This right here?
is hilarious.
What?
All right, let me do.
I'm surprised I don't know how Nolan does it to where you can just see the playlist on the side.
Well, I just like to be able to see the full video.
Fair.
I hate because it's just
What in God's name do you got to be putting in the food for it to eat through aluminum? What's in here?
See the smoke coming off of that?
Yeah, what was that?
Dude, it looks like some like Indian or like some bread or something.
Sure.
But for it to eat through that metal, like the mold, and you see that smoke come off of it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
What in
That
God's
was pretty crazy. Sorry.
It's hilarious.
You want to do this?
Sure.
Alright.
Some more cooking fails.
Taste test. Can you have some cinnamon sugar? Wait, these actually look good.
They're a little hot, so we're gonna put them in the freezer for a minute to cool them.
About like 4 minutes, I think.
I don't know how they did this.
20 seconds, but I just want to give these a try.
All right, they're looking pretty fire. We got them right here, and we're about to try it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna get the biggest one, so it better taste good.
That's insane. The amount of dust that came off of that is insane.
Can you have some cinnamon sugar? Wait, these actually
Like, what is that pure cinnamon? Like, what the fuck are those crackers?
I don't know. That was really interesting. Were you ever interested in the cinnamon challenge?
No, I thought
No.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that never got to me, you know. But yeah.
It was a wild moment.
That is. What was the last like cooking? Well, not like. What was the last food challenge you did? That hot chip.
Yeah. That sucked.
Yeah.
Painful. Wouldn't
Yeah.
do it again.
I think it was like, what was it, like episode 50 or something like that, where you brought in some hot
I did.
salsa.
That wasn't hot enough.
Yeah,
That could have made hotter.
It wasn't fucking. You know, we should do that for episode 100 too,
Oh,
or
snap.
90.
Bringing it back.
Yeah, I think we
Fair
should.
enough.
I think you
Man,
could.
maybe I shouldn't do chips. Maybe I should do something else.
I mean,
Name it like hot ones
Yeah.
or some shit. I'm
Dude.
not doing wings though. That'd be crazy. That'd be messy. But I gotta do something.
I think we could do it. I would just have to like lower the camera so they could see us eating.
Struggling.
You know? Yeah.
That's
I think that'd be a
hilarious.
good idea. We could definitely do something like that because
Fair.
I made some guac the couple days ago. Maybe it was on Sunday. So fucking good.
I could believe it.
So if we did
I
like
could
a
believe
dip, like a hot dip, I could understand that, or like or something like hot ones, or
Right.
yeah.
We'll see how it plays out.
I agree. I think that'd be fun. I'm also salivating for food right now.
I can only imagine.
I've got some birria.
This one is crazy as well.
Ready to slice into bits and onto my tray to dehydrate overnight, then blitz it to a burrito season. To season up some chicken thighs and air fry, to load in some tortillas with some spicy rice and cheese wrapped up in seared and burrito seasoned flour mix and deep fry into some cheeky buffalo chimichanguitas, to load on a couple of big old tortillas with sesame seeds and sealed into a big old burrito cube, which I can then get into a blender with some water into a burrito-y paste, to lay in some salt and flour and make a burrito bread dough to cover and let rest, and then get it cut and rolled out into a big old sheet, then onto the heat into a tortilla to load with more of the lamb and cheese and broth and some chopped up stuff and wrapped up into a burrito.
I don't even know
also
what's
make some
happening
mini
anymore.
burrito-y tortillas while I cook off a quick beef chili to pop on top of some cheese sauce to roll and seal with some egg into a whole bunch of mini burritos. To pour over a cornflour slurry to tip out working super fast to brush with egg and wrap around my burrito.
How is the food good anymore?
Right.
Carefully slice right through my burrito cube.
I don't know what the hell this is.
Ready for a dip in that and a good old scran. I've got some birria.
What the hell is this? How is this a thing? That's, as it says in the description, that's like food inception. It is nuts.
That was a lot.
Using food to turn into an ingredient
paste,
for another food.
Right.
Is
I mean, he did that
nuts.
4 or 5 times.
He did. He did indeed.
That's really fucking crazy. I don't even... How does it not spoil after all that fucking beating and...
Who knows?
Man. And cook... He fucking... That stuff was cooked 4 times over.
It was. It was indeed.
Damn.
He had meat in his dough.
Yeah, that was the craziest part. I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know. I just learned today.
How the fuck did you find? That's crazy. Is this the type of food challenge that you want to do?
No, that's too advanced.
It's too advanced. You think
way
so?
Too advanced. I couldn't do it.
What's up? Yeah, that's pretty inspirational, to be honest. Would you eat it?
Yes.
You would?
I need to know what it tastes like. Out of curiosity,
I think I would have stopped at like the third creation.
Right.
Yeah. Because after that, I just like...
I wonder what it smells like. I wonder what it tastes like, what it feels like.
Sure.
Like, is this dough like so hard because all the ingredients are cooked so often already?
Yeah. I don't know how it's tender.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. It looked like he didn't even want to eat it towards the end. I mean, like, did you see that fucking pitiful ass bite that he took?
Burrito cubes looking uncouth and ready for a dip.
Call it the burrito cube.
I've got some.
Yeah.
Man.
I just didn't like that.
It's wild.
Oh, man.
Put
That's
some wild
fucking
clips.
crazy. Yeah, I'm going to get out of this. Oh, man. That was fucking crazy. You still want to keep going on the food?
Yeah,
Remember when
sure.
Pizza Hut tried to outsmart Chinese people, but just got outsmarted
This is
themselves
crazy.
instead? You see, when Pizza Hut first launched in China, they didn't want to be seen as just another trash American spot. So they actually decided to brand themselves as a high-quality, healthy restaurant that was known for their large fruit and salad buffets. But since this was obviously expensive, Pizza Hut just imposed a rule where each guest was only allowed to fill 1 plate with fruit and salad. They figured that this would cleverly help keep their costs low while still appearing as a fresh, high-end restaurant. But Pizza Hut never could have expected just how far Chinese people would go for free food. You see, before long, Chinese citizens had invented the concept of salad stacking or creating extremely complicated food structures to pack the most fruits and veggies possible on 1 plate. People who call themselves salad engineers even began coming up with highly complex math equations and diagrams to help them best maximize their talents. A men's strategy was soon created that involved a circular base of carrots,
next level
concentric rings of
geometry right
interlocking
here.
cucumber slices on top, and then thick dressing over everything as glue. Entire online forums were created for Chinese citizens to just constantly help each other improve. And Pizza Hut ended up losing so much money that they soon removed their salad bars for good. Remember when Pizza Hut tried to outsmart Chinese?
Could you imagine having to restock that salad bar?
No.
After someone just did the most atrocious thing.
That,
made a salad
that was
tower.
really cool, actually. I really appreciate this video.
Yeah, it's
you know,
nuts.
From last video, it's such an atrocity of like.
This is still pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
And this is pretty fucking crazy too.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
gnarly.
wow, that's really I like that. That was fun. That seemed like art too, food art.
Yeah,
you know?
it does.
Yeah, and the fact that they were using dressing as like a sticky
substance to hold everything together,
like a mortar.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I just don't understand, like, when he's going over, like, geometry. Like, there's no way they're cutting these fruits the same way every time. So it's like, are they looking through all this fruit and finding like pieces?
Right.
And it's like, I got the golden carrot piece.
Yeah.
Now my tower is going to be complete.
And is this one, the one person who's creating this geometric food pyramid, are they waiting for them to restock the goddamn cucumbers?
Right.
They're like, oh, you ran out of cucumbers. Can you come back? I'm not done with my one plate yet.
You just see
Can
a
you come back?
stack of cucumbers on their plate, and they're like, "We need more."
Yeah, I don't have enough. I need one. I need more than this one plate. That's pretty
insane.
fucking funny. I like this one. That was really cool.
It'd be fun if that was like a concept here in the States, like a restaurant. That'd be expensive as shit.
We're too lazy for that one.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be fun to see though.
It would be really fun to see.
One bowl of ice cream or something. You got to get it super high up.
Mm-hmm.
Be fun to see.
Yeah. Have you ever the only place that's borderline like this is like fucking Golden Corral in America.
I feel
you know
that.
what I mean? And so but there's no limit. There's no incentive to do it.
That'd be fun as fuck to see someone have like their plate stacked high.
So disrespectful to the workers too.
I haven't been to Golden Corral in a minute.
Yeah,
that'd be funny as shit to see.
Last time I went was in high school,
right.
after a meet, after cross country meet.
They took you there after a meet.
Yeah,
that's
it was
wild.
really nice though, actually, because their breakfast is the only thing that's worthwhile.
Fair,
or at least what I haven't been to Golden Corral in fucking almost a decade now, but
Fair enough.
yeah,
man, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went in middle school after church on a Sunday.
Yeah.
That's probably the last time I went.
Right. Me too.
It was with my cousins, so we had a large group of people.
Sure.
Instead of ordering everyone an individual meal, buffet
Yeah.
was easier.
Right.
That's all it really comes down to.
Yeah, and you pay at the door.
Right.
It's an okay.
Man, I wonder
experience.
if it's still the same vibe.
I don't know. I remember.
I never liked it though.
I hated it. Fucking hated it.
Terrible.
It's terrible
Yeah,
food.
the cheese fondue, mountain.
Terrible people
fountain.
there.
Yeah.
The customers are terrible. The workers are terrible.
Never good.
You go into the bathroom and you're like, this isn't that clean.
You don't go in the bathroom. You don't go in the bathrooms. No way. I've been one time.
And you always, at Golden Corral, you always see that one 400-pound person. That just that one person who's just
That's so
alone.
true.
Or there's a couple. There's literally a couple.
That's where I discovered obese people.
Yeah.
That's where I first
Yeah.
saw real obese people.
Yeah, you don't see
It's nuts.
true obesity unless you're at a Golden Corral or at a Walmart. And if you
sure.
don't enter those two facilities in America, it's you don't really see a 400-pound person often.
Right.
And so
Man, I wonder if there's a lot of gym bros or some shit in Golden Corral trying to get their protein in or something, just getting steaks back to back.
Right. That's a good point.
I wonder.
That's a really good point. I don't know.
Speaking of steaks, I do have a steak video I would
Yeah?
love to share.
I wanted to ask you this. When you walked into this apartment, did you smell steak?
I did not smell steak.
Interesting. Wait, so cooked steak a couple days ago.
Right.
Let me tell you, so fucking smoky.
Yeah, it gets smoky for sure.
It was so smoky in this damn apartment that I opened up the front door, the fucking balcony door, the window, and it's cold
It is.
outside. And so it was fucking frigid in this damn apartment. And so I was struggling a little. And so, yeah. And it was smoky for a couple hours. And so I was just, and every time I walk in here, I'm like,
smells like
smells like fucking steak in here.
That's hilarious.
And I can't get the smell out. So, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I've cooked steak one time at my new place.
Yeah.
And I refuse to do it inside now because I did it at my last place, which was a shithole anyways.
Yeah,
And
sure.
We just got so smoky and it really did get there's the grease it got embedded in everything. It's weird. I didn't like it.
I didn't enjoy it either.
It feels risky too because I like to have my stove,
Mm-hmm.
my pan hot as shit.
Yeah, sure.
So once the oil hits and the steak hits, it's like, God damn, I'm about to burn this bitch down.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel that in my new place.
I know. I think I'm gonna have to get what are those called? It's a grill, but it's a specific type of grill. It's a
a girdle or
something Mason.
Blackstone.
No, it's
Kettle.
Dude, it's a brand. George Foreman. That's what it is.
I
Not
don't even
Mason.
know.
George Foreman.
Don't know.
You don't know George Foreman grill?
Not familiar.
They're supposed to be the best grills out there, and for like bang for the buck, obviously. And so a George Foreman grill.
I need to buy a new grill. I think that's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna get on my list.
You know, people fucking revere these fucking grills for some
Seen
reason, and so just because like they're cheap, they're easy, and like you know, they do the job, and so
Fair.
yeah. I wonder how much they are. You know, like this. This one doesn't look too bad.
Shopping at Sears.
Sears.
This no longer exists.
No longer is available.
Damn. They had was that a water compressor for $100? What?
You need a water compressor for it.
Damn.
So like, I mean, I'm not buying a second. Maybe George Foreman went out of fucking business. That's crazy. But $80.
It's not bad.
$50. I've heard like for the money, these are the best grills you can get for cheap. So
fair.
Yeah.
Have you?
I think
so,
I would
like,
do that.
I heard that you can like. I'm not a pro on this, but a lot of people like sous vide their steaks. I'm probably not.
Sous vide?
So like they vacuum seal it. And then they put it in like water and it like boils it or whatever, like steam cooks it.
Okay.
To like desired temp. Like
okay.
you'd probably go a little bit under. Let's say you want a medium, you cook it up to like just medium rare, and then you throw it on the flat top to get like the sear marks on it for a couple minutes, and it'll be medium.
Interesting.
With the amount of heat, and then like, that's it. It's like takes all the time, reduces a lot of like the smoke and whatnot.
That's interesting. I think that,
especially if you throw it in the oven to cook it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that defeats purpose.
It kind of does. Yeah, I mean a steak really tastes good seared, you know, but I don't like. I don't know. It's just I understand that because, I don't know, like you're cooking a lot of the outside of the steak just to tenderize the inside, right? And to be able to make sure that you're not gonna like fucking eat a cow that's fresh. I don't know,
dude.
I haven't done enough cooking to be able to.
I want
give
a butcher so bad, like someone that I could trust to give me like cuts of a cow whenever I want. That'd be so fire.
Yeah.
But you have to be of a certain social class that I am not at to have things like that.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Or you gotta know someone for sure.
You gotta know, yeah. And there's no like old school delis anymore, and so
right.
Yeah, I understand that.
I haven't met enough people.
There, you know, when I was growing up in Kentucky, in the backwoods of Kentucky, I knew a lot of people who hunted, and so they would, you know, they would shoot a deer and then like tag it, bag it, get cuts of deer meat,
right?
And so they would have the freshest deer meat, and they would have such good like deer jerky, like all the byproducts that they would create from it. And so, I just like, I wish I had those people around again to be able to like, you know, get some fresh fucking meat, you know, some fresh wild game.
Right.
Like, you know, when we watched that bear video a couple weeks ago,
man,
was that last week?
The
bear's
he had gloves on it. No, the climbing tree.
The climbing the tree. Yeah. I was like, man, that's some great beer meat.
No.
Bear meat
no.
right there. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Because I've heard like descriptions of bear meat. If the bears are on all blueberry diet, you can taste the blueberries through their meat.
That's crazy.
That sounds fucking cool. So I'd be kind of interested, you know, because like
it's a risk. Though,
weren't you talking?
bears.
Yeah, it is. But weren't you talking about like Wagyu?
There was a period of time.
There was like a big time when you're talking about Wagyu meat, right? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Wagyu. I'd say so.
Okay. It's like a certain type of cow that's like from Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like a genetic disorder to where they have like fat muscle.
Sure.
Layered in their body.
Yeah.
It's wild. Imagine if it was fat muscle blueberry, fat muscle blueberry, fat muscle blueberry.
I can't.
Esco Luffy in the chat. Hey, squad.
Oh, is he? Is that our first chatter?
Our first chatter.
Wow, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. You know, it's been. Have we had anybody on our fucking?
We had
on our
like
live?
2 or 3 people coming in.
Okay.
Coming out.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
not
a
very
dead day.
popular today. Yeah.
But our heart goes out to you.
Yeah, thank you, Esco Luffy. Yeah.
So I have a steak video for you.
Do you?
It's probably at the bottom.
At the bottom? All right. That looked like never mind, I guess not.
Right there.
Right here?
Yep.
This one?
Yes, sir.
Then comes my secret ingredient. Can you guess what it is?
I don't know. Fucking beef fat.
Testosterone. Oh shit. We're gonna inject that steak with 250 milligrams of test. 1, it's gonna taste amazing, and 2, we're gonna get absolutely fucking jacked.
Well, that steak's not gonna be natural.
Steak's already not natural.
Is it not?
Here's the point of that, but still.
They give cows trim to make the cows bigger. Should be fine right here.
Holy fuck. That shit just took it.
That's right.
wild. There's no way it works like that. This dude's tripping balls, bro. That is insane.
What? This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Man, that was, you know, it might have been, it might have been just a vial of water, you know, they just, I think that just felt like he was just doing it for shits and gigs, but
for sure,
that seems like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. And you know, yeah, I mean,
it might work though. I mean, look at him. Look at his physique. It might be working out for him, but still, that is wild.
I mean, I don't know.
So crazy.
I would like to believe that if I was really strict with my food, workouts, and rests, I could become extremely cut. And I'm like half trying right now, you know, like I'm half trying to like make sure that like I'm doing the correct like workouts per week, and like I'm trying to like, you know, balance out like my food and just making sure that like I don't cut too much, and like I have enough protein and blah 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 blah. But like I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna take steroids just to like get big for a moment, you know? Because
especially in your steak. That shit's crazy.
Do you think this is the big one. This is the big debate I've heard with a couple people, which is do you think The Rock has taken steroids?
Yes. 100,000%.
100,000%.
He has that shit in his cereal, not just his steak.
Yeah, he has it with every meal. He has it with every smoothie. He has it with every fucking
He's
thing.
on that Kobe shit 3 times a day.
3 times a day. That's funny. Yeah, that's, you know, that's so funny. I've never seen anything more idiotic than that.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah,
just not in my share.
I'm glad he's
at least he's still alive after doing that shit, and then fuck him up.
Yeah, it just. You think he would waste his fucking illegally bought testosterone on cooking a steak? I guess you never know.
Yeah.
I guess you never know.
At least he got paid off that bit, though.
Yeah.
If it was a bit.
You know, yeah, I'm curious.
You want to dive in some more?
Yeah, what do you want?
Deeper into the rabbit hole?
What else do you want to do?
The video right underneath.
This one?
Yep.
Oh, God, what are we looking at?
ChatGPT, we're under attack from the front left and front right. Respond accordingly.
If you need any further assistance, just let me know.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yes, can you move negative 25 degrees, then sweep across the field of fire, stopping every 5 degrees to fire 1 round? You should also have some variation in the pitch.
Firing 1 round at each 5-degree interval, with variations in pitch. If you require any further actions, feel free to let me know.
Good job. You
I
saved
hope
us.
there's someone behind the scenes controlling this.
Confirm the speed and acceleration settings.
The fact that he's on it's
But I
crazy.
don't have the capability to retrieve the current.
I'll give you some more random left and right moves and just throw a couple degrees of variation on the pitch axis as well.
So I guess he's proven the strength of at which he.
His creation, his
Yeah.
abomination.
Well, he's just, it's just some simple gears, right? Damn, son.
That's like the tanks of the future right there.
Well, obviously, this isn't fucking ChatGPT. This is just a program that he created, I assume, right? That
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
There's no way
he
Chad
just
would
called
understand
it
this.
ChatGPT
Right.
for fun, right?
Right.
And it's not really AI.
It's a program.
It's a program.
But is our AI a program or is it AI?
So really,
I've been preaching that since it came out. Like,
yeah,
it's all just programs, but
it's all just programs, but they call it
AI.
artificial intelligence because the program's so fucking deep that it's like a sea of programs.
Right.
Right.
It's like an advanced programming model.
And you could probably, talk about how our intelligence is a sea of fucking yes or no's.
Right.
That leads us down a path at which we consider ourselves intelligent. But the more I interact with ChatGPT, the more I interact with Google, the more I just consume these types of things, the more I don't consider myself intelligent. And
going to college has given me personally the greatest imposter syndrome ever. With having like the most intelligent motherfuckers being your professors.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't perform up to their level,
right.
which is fucking up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But they've been doing this for 20 years. They've been teaching the same class for 20 years.
Correct.
But you don't really think about it like that.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time your teacher took a new class?
Right.
Taught a new class.
I mean, I'm sure they'd be decent at it or good, maybe very good,
Right.
but still just like...
Yeah. Dude.
So when you have chat, like, being able to spit out so much knowledge and you can't do that.
Right.
It's like... It's kind of made to do it.
Yeah, and my thing's always been about, like, when I talk about AI or ChatGPT or fucking Google Bard or whatever the fuck, or what is it called now, Gemini? Is it called
It's Gemini now, yeah.
Is it called Gemini? Obviously, they have these like great wells of knowledge that they can pull from instantaneously from any prompt that we give, but is it wise? I don't know if ChatGPT can have wisdom, but man, I fucking feel so inferior compared to it. Because I ask it a billion questions a day, I feel like. I mean, I ask at least 4 questions a day to ChatGPT. Easy.
I think
Easy.
to myself, like, man, could I have solved this complex second-order differential equation by myself without ChatGPT?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, I don't know if
Yeah.
I could.
Yeah.
I need a stepping stone to start so I can understand it and then go back and then I can do it by myself.
Right.
But just off of nothing, just raw dogging it after an instructor's lesson?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I need some, like, help from some pointers. It's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I suck. I can't do this without chat.
Right.
Sucks.
Yeah. It does suck.
But chat is a blessing. Chat is a blessing.
Yeah, and I greatly enjoy being able to ask it questions. I mean, what has it been like in the past 3 years it's been around? And
Right.
so my dependence on it has grown on it being able to answer a few questions for me. And I'm not asking it fucking like...
Describe a color to a blind person.
That's really cool. I like that question. But... I mean, a lot of it's just idea generation. I'm not asking it to solve like complex issues, but it's pretty
impressive.
It's pretty fucking impressive. Yeah, Oh man, this looks like a machine engineer just kind of had some fun with a computer programming guy,
right?
And yeah.
I can tell by the dome, the chrome dome.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
that
me
dude
in the
looks
future.
like an engineer for sure.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, that was cool. That was cool as fuck. Scary as fuck, but cool as fuck.
Do you want to watch the top 5 street moments?
I guess. Do you have anything else that you? What about this? Do you want to do the Elon stuff?
It's Moist Critical roasting Elon.
Okay. But
we
we can do the street moments. It's just like what.
Let's do the street moments and then go back into politics.
Damn, it's fucking raining, man. Shit gonna fuck up my fucking leather, man. Shit ain't leather, nigga. Fuck you, who the fuck is you, fam?
Walden.
I'm the big dilf. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid at, you heard?
Yeah,
Get your money
him.
up, not your funny up.
Yeah.
Fucking move. Fuck out of here. You don't even know who you talking to. You don't even know who you playing with. Billy Flowers. Man, shut your
That always has me.
If I wouldn't have slowed down, y'all
Man,
not
Billy
gonna
Flowers.
catch me. And let me be in that new scat pack, I'd have took off on y'all dumbass.
You two fuckers just made the biggest mistake of your lousy career.
Virus, jackass. Man, I don't know what it comes from. It has to come from the same virus to be in the same family. Viruses come in families. Stop touching niggas with your hands. Why the fuck you keep looking? Why is he looking at me, dog? Why the fuck you keep looking at me? Stop staring at me. Damn, it's fucking.
That was so funny to stop. Man, you remember when that came out from, what was it, 2020? That was...
The one that gets me is 2 and 3, like, Billy Flowers, right? And then you two fuckers just made the biggest mistakes in your lousy careers.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really impressive. That was really impressive, yeah.
Next time I get fired, I'm saying that.
You guys made the biggest mistake of your lousy careers.
It's wild.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, I'm curious. I'm curious if I have any videos to show you as well. Oh, yeah, that's right. I kind of do want to talk about this before it escapes us. But
Fair.
we can go into politics real quick of your stuff.
Yeah, we could run through it.
And then we can and then we just end it.
Can we start with the up top, actually?
Yeah, of course.
Down a little bit. My bad.
No, you're
This one
good.
right here yet.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't no snitch or nothing, but word on the street was Donald Trump tweeted and said if the daddy got to pay child support or something like that, the mama can't claim the kids on their taxes, only the daddy can. You ain't heard that shit from me, though. I ain't no snitch or nothing, but...
Crazy. What's your take on that?
You know,
Do you think the dads are going to come running back into the children's lives? Is that what's going to happen?
to claim the kids on taxes? I mean, you get real big tax breaks.
Right, that's true.
Especially, so let's say you're a man who has multiple baby mamas.
Right.
Okay. And so let's say you've got 4 kids out there from 4 different women.
Right.
I mean, technically, you have at least 4 people who are dependent upon you, right?
Right.
For finances.
Money for the children.
Yeah,
Right.
so your tax breaks would be pretty impressive. I mean, I remember going over that in accounting class to see what tax brackets you go into once
you have children.
Yeah, and you're like your dependents, and so like how much do you really pay for how many, and so it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's really impressive the type of, you don't pay a high percentage. So, yeah.
I feel that when COVID was around, like the money that the parents were getting back for having children, that was also a crazy moment in history, because there'd be people I knew people that came to this gas station I worked at during this time that had 14 kids.
Yeah.
No father ever came up. You don't know
Jesus.
if the kids are even completely related.
Yeah.
There people had ridiculous amounts of kids, and they couldn't afford it. They're just using food stamps.
Yeah.
People were swiping their cards at that damn gas station that had $4,000 of food stamps $2,000 of food stamps. That's insanity.
Sure.
That's a lot of fucking money. It's crazy.
Until it's not, though, to feed 14 kids,
Right.
you know.
But then when that tax break came around, I'm sure they got like 10,000 or something crazy. Maybe not 10,000, but they got something.
Yeah, sure.
They got something.
Sure. I don't really know if this is this confirmed?
I mean, he tweeted it. I don't think he's had the time to come back to visit this yet with all the things that he's doing. But I will
Right.
say that this might encourage people maybe to have more children, because I feel like it's the father that usually is like, no, I can't
afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of relationships like that.
Right. Abort the child. I can't support that.
Yeah.
Or like, even like growing up, my parents were like, make sure that if you have a kid, if you're a girl, even before I had a girlfriend, like, don't get caught up in that situation where you get divorced and you're paying child support and you can't even see the kid because you have no rights or whatever. Don't get in that situation.
Yeah.
That's what they told me.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, Kahaya, do you have estranged children?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard this. I haven't heard this yet, but I would be curious. I mean, because like, birth rate's going down. Like it kind of just seems like family in general is just not a popular thing in America.
Right.
And like
divorces are
you don't see
real up.
We're 23, right?
Right.
Are you 23?
I'm
23. If we lived 50 years ago, we would have had children already.
It's very true.
I would have had fucking 2 children, been married, had my job. I would have started my job now that I would have stayed in for 40 years.
Right.
And then, so life is just fucking different for our generation. And so, like, I mean, most people are having kids at 30.
Yeah.
And which is pretty much a geriatric pregnancy for the women. I mean, your kids are going to be graduating by the time you're 50 years old.
It's true.
I mean, everybody's just so fucking old now when they conceive children. So, like, I don't know, man. Anything that pushes the needle back to, like,
being able to be there for your grandchildren.
I don't want to
things
be
of that nature.
old and have kids. You know what I mean? I want to be old and have grandkids.
Right.
So, like, Jesus Christ, that's kind of where I'm at.
I feel that.
Yeah, I don't want to be 80 and have my first grandchild.
Yeah,
you know?
Suck.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's grandpa was a real lucky guy because, let's say me and my girl have kids in the next 10 years, you'll be able to see his great-grandchildren.
Yeah.
And just hit 80
Yeah.
and see your great-grandchildren. That's insane.
That's pretty cool.
Live with them for like 5 years, maybe even after college.
Yeah.
You never know.
I knew my great-grandparents.
Yeah.
On one side, they were like 90.
It's wild.
Up until like I was a freshman in college, they were alive, which is really cool,
It's wild.
And like they were extremely fortunate to see like however many great grandchildren they had. I don't even know what the number was, but it was a high number. So
Fair.
yeah, and they had a lot of grandchildren. They had a lot of children. So
Right.
Yeah.
It's wild. Wild
Yeah.
times. Maybe we'll go back to it. Maybe.
I just
We'll
don't
never
know,
know.
man.
We'll
I
never
just
know.
don't think so. We'll see. Do you want me to just go down?
I haven't seen too many reports on this being a widespread prevalent issue, but apparently some users have reported that they're seeing AI-generated images of themselves in ads. So basically, Instagram is giving you ads with you in it, and I think the idea is to show like if it's a shirt, here's what you would look like in this shirt. You look stunning. Want to buy it? That kind of thing.
It's nuts.
But I've only
That's
seen
too
like
much.
a couple anecdotal accounts of this. I haven't seen like anything super official yet. But what an interesting fucking idea. That is horrifying. Imagine seeing yourself in a porn ad. I mean, that wouldn't be on Instagram, but yeah. You could eventually get there. You want to fuck babes like this in real life? Look at you. Slamming ham like a true champ. Click here. I haven't seen
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. I would be terrified if I saw my face on a random ad or if it was a targeted ad. Even if it was a targeted ad, I'd be fucking terrified.
Could you imagine if VR gets like to to a certain point to where like everyone has a VR, everyone has like a VR bodysuit.
Yeah.
So they know your size, and you go on Nike and you're looking at products.
Right.
And it's like your face, your body type, so you know exactly how you look like in those clothes.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
It's really crazy. But also what a personalized world. You know exactly what to buy, you know exactly what size you are, you know what you'll look good in and not good in. You don't have to fucking go to a try on. You don't have to go to a closet to put the clothes on, and you're like, There's no
ups and downs.
There's no trial and error anymore.
There's ups and downs.
Yeah.
And then I have one last from
one?
Moist.
You want me to go down?
Sure, yeah.
He has all the money in the world, but is beyond insecure to the point that I can't believe he's a real person. Asman behaves like a maverick independent, but
So
in
Asman's
reality
like a
has to ask his
YouTuber.
boss
I know that
for
dude,
permission
actually.
before he can do anything. He is not his own man. He then leaked his DMs with Asman. This is Asman. I'm gonna see if my
Yeah, dude, I actually know because he gets recommended to me all the time, but I never.
Me too. I've never watched his videos.
I never watched his video either, but like, if I would say anybody is like in the lane of YouTube at which we are, he's the top dog of like the content because we basically do the exact same shit as him.
Interesting.
But he just goes fucking viral somehow, and so like, and the algorithm fucking loves him, and so
fair.
It's really interesting, yeah.
editors might want to make a second account for it. Elon replies, sure. Who are these mysterious editors? Like, how can someone be this fucking out of touch and stupid? I will never cease to be shocked by the absolute idiot potion this guy seems to be boofing. Do you not know what editors are? Asman explains, two guys, links them. They basically run the entire YouTube account, lol. Then, Elon Musk proceeds to take away Asman Gold's checkmark on Twitter. The free speech guy. You're taking away his checkmark because he hurt your feelings, fundamentally shadow banning him because his replies and his engagement go way down and you won't really see it anymore. He lacks the fundamental understanding not only of Path of Exile 2, but of life. He has all the money in the world.
I don't know if you really understood that beef. I barely understand it.
I don't really get it. I'm sure there's more to it.
Yeah. It sounded like, to me, like they wanted to make a video together or something.
Mm-hmm.
And his editors were like, oh, we'll put it on a different channel or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, what? You're not the one that owns and runs your own channel?
Right.
And then you got shit on for that.
Yeah, dude. Every single person who has over 1 million subscribers. Every person who has over 1,000 subscribers has an editor, Shocker, we have an editor, and it's me. Like,
Believe it or not.
I
the
know.
top editor.
Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't think that this dude could have a beef with this dude, or vice versa, I guess,
Yeah. I feel like Elon checks people a lot, though.
Yeah.
He's like a jock of the internet, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
For sure.
All right. Yeah, I get it. That's so interesting. All right, we got to talk about the seceding of Illinois, and then we can wrap this shit up.
For sure.
Did you know about this? Did you know about Illinois trying to separate into a new state?
Huh?
Here, I'll let you watch this
among
first.
Illinois counties to separate from Chicago and Cook County
Ooh.
to form a new state. The separatists say things like high taxes and a shrinking influence at the state capitol have them ready to secede. Fox 2's Andy Banker shows us Indiana has now come calling.
Well, voters in 33 Illinois counties, including multiple counties in the St. Louis region, have now approved non-binding ballot measures saying they no longer want to be part of the state. And a lot of people around here may not take that very seriously, but they apparently do in Indiana.
Instead of succeeding and creating a 51st state, they should just join us.
Indiana's Republican House Speaker Todd Houston has just introduced a bill to create an Indiana-Illinois Boundary Commission to look at making the Illinois counties part of Indiana.
At least they understand the legitimacy of what we're doing.
Virgil Strader heads the Madison County Committee for a group called the State of New Illinois. It's drawing up its own state constitution, but not looking to join Indiana.
If you took Cook County out of Illinois, the balance of Illinois has more geography, more commerce, and more people than the state of Indiana.
Article 4 of the U.S. Constitution says no new state shall be formed without consent of the legislatures and the Congress. Illinois Republican State Rep Charlie Meyer favors separation but says support in Congress is highly unlikely.
I don't see it happening. If they allow Illinois to split off, then what happens if California wants to split? They could end up maybe being 5 states even, or Texas split up.
He's proposing a state constitutional amendment to allot 1 state senator for every 3 contiguous counties, which would give downstate Illinois a Senate majority instead of Chicago, which now dominates both houses of the General Assembly, and much less sloppy, he says, than trying to add a 51st star to the American flag. In Madison County, Illinois, Andy Banker, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, that'd be crazy to change up all the stars.
Yeah.
All the flags.
Yeah, I thought it would just be because, so like that was talking about New Illinois. I didn't know, like I thought that was pretty interesting. But this is going to talk about how Indiana wants to absorb them and just redraw the line, which I think this is probably a billion times more likely than New Illinois and Old Illinois or, whatever.
Redraw state lines and welcome dozens of Illinois counties that want to secede from their state. CBS 4 State House reporter Hannah Adamson spoke with Indiana's House Speaker about why they want to get it done.
Indiana House Republicans have introduced a bill that would literally reshape the state, turning thousands of our Illinois neighbors into Hoosiers.
To all of our neighbors to the west.
So you're seeing that again.
Indiana House Speaker Todd Houston says more than 30 Illinois counties have voted to secede from the Prairie State since 2020.
Man, so they're just going to cut Illinois in half?
High taxes.
Instead of succeeding and creating a 51st state.
I don't mean to for you to rewatch this part, but yeah.
Part
oh, wow, what the heck?
That is a process that follows a constitutional process for redrawing state boundaries.
The Illinois General Assembly would also need to pass a similar resolution. Speaker Houston says given the number of Illinois counties already pushing to leave,
we think there might be some interest in the Illinois legislature to do that.
And this is all because of Chicago and how fucked it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd have to have those conversations, but man,
so
wouldn't it be great?
That it could make us a laughing stock.
State Representative Ed Delaney says it's possible the bill will pass if it reaches the House floor, but warns that it distracts from larger issues such as high property taxes and low wages.
If we need more rural counties, how are we doing for the 60 or 70 rural counties we already have, where they're losing hospitals, where their schools are shrinking? So no, this is not a serious proposal.
The bill now.
So I guess that's the Indiana guy, because Indiana's such a fucking abysmal state to begin with. Illinois must be really fucking bad.
Hurting from
for
Chirac.
you to want to join Indiana. Jesus Christ, have you been to Indiana?
Not recently. Indianapolis Zoo was the last time I went.
Yeah, I've been to Indianapolis a few times. It's barely a fucking city.
It sounds like Pennsylvania. Like, it just gives me Pennsylvania vibes.
At least Pennsylvania's all that to me personally. Like, it's got history. I'm a
Pennsylvania hater.
It's got Philadelphia. It's got Pittsburgh, and it's got like the rolling hills. It's really pretty there too in the summer. It's really pretty, and oh my god,
it just sounds like there's
it's so green
a lot
there,
of heroin addicts and nothing to do.
I mean,
sounds like somewhere that needs help.
It's not that bad. I was in Pennsylvania over I guess last summer and 2 summers ago too.
Fair.
And it's nice. I mean, look, every state's got its own problems.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Yeah.
We got people trying to open cars in Kroger Park. Did you hear about that armed robbery at the CVS?
Bro.
Like, what is going on? There's nothing to rob there. What are you trying to do?
I don't want to give out too much information, but I've been in there.
Right.
Obviously. Because there's fucking Walgreens and CVS by UC. There's nothing fucking else. And so I've been in it a few times. And so, thank God I wasn't by there.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe I shouldn't give out a lot of information either, but I'm in that area.
often.
Very
I
often.
frequent there often.
Very often.
Very fucking often. So
And
like,
it's like,
I
thank
know.
God my classes weren't scheduled in such a way to where I would have to walk past there when there was
Mhm.
an armed fucking robbery.
An armed fucking
during
what-
the daytime.
What the? That fucking CVS has nothing. What the fuck are they robbing besides like drugs? I guess like
That's the only
pharmaceuticals.
thing, right? That's the only thing that's of value in that place.
There's no way there's more than $100 in the fucking cash register.
That's what I'm saying. Like they probably don't even have cash. Like they probably
Yeah.
have fucking nickels in their register. And you
Yeah.
want to, bro?
I know.
I swear it was a black
Dude.
person. I hate to say it.
Stop it.
I hate to say it.
You don't know because
I don't know. You're
you
right.
know,
I
you
can't
want
say
me to
that.
tell you something? The homeless people
You're
are
right.
fucking crazy over there, and every single homeless person is white as fuck.
You're right.
And so, look, it could have been anybody.
You're right.
But the person was found immediately. You know, they got the suspect and within like a couple hours, actually.
I'm surprised it wasn't a couple minutes. Like it should have been a couple of minutes, but
Yeah.
for the fact that it took hours, it's a small area. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
sure.
that is crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't know what type of fucking career criminal that they're trying to become, but
Like I really hope it was. I didn't have money to pay for my mom's meds.
Yeah.
You know, something tragic and sad, not like some ignorant bullshit.
Mhm.
I wanted my Skittles.
Yeah, sure. I don't know, man, but that it is scary that there was a fucking armed robbery there.
That's too close, bro.
I know. And I go to that Kroger. I have gone to that Kroger.
At this point, me personally, I don't understand why people even shop in that area. Like people actually shop there for their actual groceries.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but like I understand.
Yeah, dude,
especially if you live on campus.
the only time I ever go to that Kroger is if I'm picking up less than 3 items.
Fair. Me too. Me as well.
Because I want to be able to walk, like move, like not be strapped down by all my groceries.
And you have the cops overseeing everything. And
Yeah.
Well, they're not really that crazy in there, but there's still, it's a off-putting feeling going in that Kroger.
It is because, you know, those police officers know what they're doing.
Right.
And they know they're there because so much shady shit happens. So
Right.
like every time I go in, I'm just like, I don't even want to talk to the police officers because they shouldn't be talking to me. They should be being vigilant. You know,
Right.
like
I feel the same way.
I'll talk to police officers if the moment seems right. You know, say what's up, how you doing, but it's scary. It's so scary.
It feels
over
like
there.
the apocalypse or some shit.
Yeah, it really does. And you know what's so crazy is that Kroger is so nice. It's one of the nicest Krogers out there. I know,
I will say it's a good layout.
if you took
got
out
a good
the city that's in and the people that shop
Fair.
there, it's not a bad
You're right.
place. I've shopped worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that Bellevue one, dog shit.
I actually like the Bellevue one. I'm a fan of the Bellevue one.
That's just because
There's no one there. That's
there's
why I
no
like
one there, and it's that place seems shady too, but just not in that same
it.
way.
Right. I'm not gonna get shot going in the Bellevue one.
No, but you're gonna see a drug deal. Really? You don't think so?
Pills, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, yeah. Okay, before we
It is crazy how the Kroger is wiped out as well. Like there's nothing on a lot of those shelves at Kroger. Like the frozen section.
In Bellevue? Or in Clifton?
Clifton.
Yeah, there is.
Nah, whenever I go in there, it's wiped out.
That is interesting.
Like a lot of the things are like not stocked.
Okay.
Like it seems pretty shopped, well shopped.
Yeah.
Compared to like the Bellevue one.
Yeah. Well, I just think that they support a higher population of people.
Fair.
Because, like, it's either that. I mean, Cincinnati's a food desert.
Yeah.
All intents and purposes. I mean, you're talking about, like, the entire city of Cincinnati shopping there. Because it's either you go to Newport, you go to Bellevue, or you go to.
Like North College Hill.
No,
like
what's
20
that?
minutes away or something.
That, or what's the other one? You go to Meyer and Target.
I don't even know where.
Yeah, you do.
Meyer
At
is.
home. It's by At Home. What's that?
Oh, snap.
What's that area?
There's
Oakley. Yeah. Oakley.
That's driving though. But if you're
That's
walking,
a drive. Oh yeah, there's no. Yeah.
And if you live by Clifton or somewhere
Right.
in Clifton, like yeah.
And Clifton's the best place for you to go because you can get on the bus. It's easy to get on the bus there. There's 5 different bus stops right around that area. So, yeah.
It's crazy.
It is pretty nutty. It's pretty nutty.
But the fact that it's risky during the daytime, that pisses me off.
Man, it feels riskier in the daytime sometimes, but also at night it's pretty scary too.
It's nuts.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, go ahead. What?
No, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say you should go bowling with us.
Oh, for
on
sure.
Friday.
For sure.
You gotta
Just
go.
depends
bowling.
on Ashley's schedule.
That's fine. And look, hey, I'm willing to work around it, and like you could be me and Kendall's DD. You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
If you can't be, I understand. But if you could be, I mean, I'll throw you some money for gas.
You're good.
We can go to so yeah, me and Kendall went to a bowling alley last Friday.
I see.
Like this past Friday, and it was fun. Like it was a little busy, so we had to like wait on a lane.
Fair.
But after we waited a little bit, we sat in the bar, just we chatted for a little bit. Then we got a lane, and it was very fun. It was very cheap, $6 per person on the lane. So it was like $12 for us to play a game, and so yeah, it wasn't bad. I would highly encourage you. And look, I'm willing to work around your guys' schedule. If you want to do Saturday, I understand. I'll have to work it out with Nolan to see if what time he can do, but
we'll see.
Yeah,
Friday works for me, but
okay.
This depends on what her schedule's looking like.
Okay. And if you're not interested in bowling, I understand, but it's a really good time though. And look, it's cold out. This is like an all-American activity.
Fair enough. I'm an okay bowler.
I'm not a good bowler.
I'm not gonna say I might get a couple gutter balls, but
yeah. I got 3 strikes in a row. My first game.
That's nuts.
And I was like, whew. I was getting on my high horse, getting all cocky.
Right.
And then I just fucking ate shit the rest of the time.
No.
So, yeah.
Fair enough.
But it's fun. I had a good time,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I haven't bowled in a while. I'd be down.
It's been a long time for me, too. It's been a long time. All right, man. Can we wrap it up?
You are good to wrap.
All right. Thank you guys for watching live. Our biggest fan out there, Esco Luffy.
Number 1 dog.
He's our number 1 fan for sure. So thank you for watching. Also, catch us on. We release an episode every Saturday at 6 p.m. We subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We would appreciate it. And then take a bet if Kahaya is going to lose in bowling or if I'm going to lose. Who knows?
I have plus 100 odds. Never know.
Yeah, you think so?
Yep.
Okay.
I think Preston might have the upper hand.
We'll see.
Experienced.
We'll see. I wouldn't make the spread that big. All right, man. Let's end it.
All right.
Yeah.
We miss you.